everyone, and welcome to The Daily Dish. I'm your host, Kathy Rankin, and I have some special guests with me today, Tracy and Charlie, and they are the co-founders of Simple Self-Defense for Women. And we've been talking with them about defense tactics for women and protecting your children. And Charlie, we're going to talk today about something called the easy button of defense. First of all, explain what that is.
Well, basically, it's a simple move that'll give you the most amount of time to get away. Because remember, what we're about is teaching women and children how to escape an attack, not stay and fight.
Right, so this isn't about engaging, this is about just giving yourself time to get out.
Absolutely, this is a technique that gives you that time, and this specific technique gives you the most amount of time.
So is this one of the key things you teach in your courses?
Yes, it is.
This easy
Absolutely.
button. Okay,
Yes.
so tell me and walk me through exactly what it is and what you would do if somebody was attacking you.
So if someone is facing you and they're at a close distance, whether they tried to grab you or do something, and we're at a distance at like about right now, what you want to do is first, I'll show you before, touch yourself right here in the trachea. Just touch lightly.
Little soft spot.
Little
right
soft
there.
spot, right? And you're just touching very lightly.
Yeah, and it feels uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's very painful. If you were to do that to somebody and strike with any kind of force, what will happen to them is they will actually choke like this. They'll just keep on choking for minutes.
Really?
Probably 15, 20 minutes they'll be choking. It'll give you plenty of time to take your kids, your grandkids, anybody, and get out.
Think about somebody with nails too. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
and you're driving, you want to drive it in, and you're not just poking. If you're in fear of your life, you're really going to jab at them.
Now let me ask you this, because Charlie, you're a pretty big guy, you're tall. You and I are more petite. How do you know that you're going to get just the right spot? I would be scared that in a real life situation, I would be so nervous and frightened that I just don't know that I would hit the right spot.
Well, that's what we teach in the workshop, and I'll show you now. Basically, you take 2 fingers, and only 2 or 1, no more than that, and you just touch the soft spot. That's why if you practice on yourself or practice with somebody in your home, just touch very lightly. And really,
and be careful when you practice, because it is very
painful.
sensitive.
Right.
Yeah.
And the idea is it's that soft spot there. It's called the trachea. And if they're wearing a tie like I am today, it's a
Bad
target,
guys don't
basically.
wear ties.
Yeah, what's a bad
But
guy
some,
look like, right?
some of them do,
What
actually.
does a bad guy look
yeah.
like? They
And
look like
actually,
everybody.
a great point to what you were talking about, Kathy, is, you think of big muscular guys, that they're working out at the gym, and you're thinking, I can't do that. But nobody can build muscle right there. It doesn't matter how big they are or how strong they are. Everybody's
got the same
Everybody's got the same
right?
spot. They could be built muscle, the strongest person in the world. You poke them there, they drop like
And
a
the
rock.
tie is great because it's a target, right? So when
Right,
you're
that could
poking,
just push something
Right.
in further.
But optimally, you want to go behind the knot of the tie.
So let me ask you this: if somebody is coming towards you, everything happens so fast. Is it realistic that there's enough time to think through that and make that move on an attacker?
Absolutely. The course that we teach, or the workshop that we teach, basically teaches moves on how to avoid an attack.
Gotcha.
So if those don't work and you are attacked and the person is in close proximity like we are now, this is the move we want you to use.
So this is kind of the last resort if you haven't been able
Right.
to already get away.
Absolutely. Right.
And so have you seen real life situations where somebody from one of your courses did this?
Not this particular move, but we've had people who've been to our classes and have done other techniques and have experienced things, and they'll call us and they write into us and go, this is fabulous, this really worked, thank you for sending us, thank you for telling us, thank you for showing us.
And we were talking before we started shooting this segment, and you were explaining that if somebody's coming towards you, the reason this is so effective is most of us think of trying to just start punching and kicking,
Right.
and that leaves you really vulnerable, because you were saying,
Well, absolutely. As soon as you start to punch, if you were to try to punch me, my reaction is going to be to try to block. And as soon as we do that, now we're fighting. That takes time. So the better fighter is going to win, most likely.
And if it's a child or somebody small, they're just going to pick them up. But think about this. When women go to the grocery store, they got bags lined all up their
Right,
arms. They got their purse on their shoulder. They got just one hand free with the baby. Well, you're just, boop.
right,
You just
you
need-
may not
that's
have
all you
time
need-
to
right.
get rid of everything and put yourself in the right stance,
Yep.
so this is just
All
a very
you need
simple...
is one free hand. That's
That's
all
it.
you need.
Well, great advice, and we're going to dig into a lot more information for our viewers in another episode of The Daily Dish. So make sure you tune back in for that, and we'll see you guys again.